Oh, baby. Look at this. We got a little camera glow or something. I think there's something on the lens, but I like the effect. I like the effect. What's going on, folks? So long time no see, but don't think I forgot about y'all in this SaaS series. So I just had a little hiatus in life. I had to do some orchestrating and organizing of some finances, and I picked up a new job as a boat captain on the weekends, which is super super fun. So that's actually where I was this morning at like 7:20. I was at the boatyard, and then it just started storming on us. So I went and got myself some Starbucks. But I do got to head back out there later. So I know exactly what we're going to build in this series now that I've kind of taken this hiatus. And for those following the rest of the channel, there's a relationship application that I'm building on React Native. And it's going to be a native application, and then we're going to build the web application version of it as well. So we're going to kind of have this huge build. I would say it's going to be this big ecosystem. And if you didn't see the relation or message to modern dating video, basically, long story short, it's like I'm fed up with like the modern dating procedures. I think most people are as well, because I've dated some really wonderful and amazing women. There just seems to be some like parameters that aren't disciplined and oriented towards like a healthy, proper, long-term relationship across time. Because I'm all about systems design and everything I do. You know what I mean? Like your life, whatever it is, you're only as good as your weakest point in the system, because you're gonna hit it at some point. So within the relationship stuff, I mean, we'll talk more about it actually in the application, but I just wanted to give you guys a bird's eye view of kind of like the direction of software I'm taking. And side note too, I built all this stuff like software integrations for the company I'm working for as well. So it's really cool stuff like developer docs and all these fun things of how people can integrate that software. So I'm trying to think of one way where we can have a web application for this, a native application. So that makes sense. But then is there a third bit where people can actually integrate their software in their systems? I don't think that's going to make sense for this build, but my brain's trying to rack of things because I just want like the ultimate mega build right here. But what I do know is we're gonna have that web app and the native app. So I'm gonna see y'all. It's good to see y'all again. You know what I mean? It's good to see y'all. But I'm gonna see you guys in the computer. Guys, what is going on? So being transparent here, I need to actually figure out where we kind of left it off. But I do know. Well, watch me just expose myself here. So here's the relationship native application. This will be the series of us building the native side. And basically I want to continue, and that's the message to modern dating a bit. But let's find the AWS or the SaaS series. And what I want to do is build the web app side for the SaaS series, because we're going to continue the SaaS series, of course, wherever it is. Boom, there it is. Microservices building a SaaS, AWS design. Boom. So let me move my face. Let me just get a bird's eye of where we were at and kind of roughly. Okay, so we didn't actually build anything. Good. I was checking my computer if there's any repository that I missed, because I've got a lot of them, and I didn't think so. So it looks like we just talked bird's eye design, which is perfect. So like I said, the SaaS series, this will be about building the web app side, and then this is the native application side, and we're going to be full stack the whole thing. So let's start. I don't know. Let's just build the repo and just kind of gun from the hip today. We'll kind of initialize things, I suppose. So we'll say SaaS dating app. Actually, I know what it's called. I just don't want to totally give out the brand yet of it all. But yeah, so if you want to see the native side of it, totally check out the relationship application, the React Native stuff. That's going to be coming out as well. It's going to be a whole series alongside of this. So let's see. So technically I could have packaged it all as the SaaS thing. Maybe I still could. Maybe I still should, to some degree. So it's all just kind of one congruent thing. I don't know. I'm a creative. I just sometimes build shit and start building. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's just think game plan for a sec. Game plan is going to be, obviously I want to use Next.js. Yeah, you guys can hear that in the background. npx next, or what is it? Creates next app at latest. Boom. So I was actually out at the boatyard and didn't get out of my truck because it was just way too storming. It was just too much. Okay, so while this is downloading, let's think of game plan stuff. So I want to go to Amazon Web Services.
because I think we're going to do this a proper build. Let me close out of the program with PAGS tab. So I want to build a AWS account, and I'm going to show you guys some stuff. Some stuff I'm going to have to clip out because of just what's it called, like security reasons, sensitive information and all that fun stuff, but I will do as much as I can. Back to the VS Code thing, it's asking us some questions while AWS is loading. Would you like to use TypeScript? Yes. Would you like to use ESLint? Yes. Tailwind? Yes. Source directory? No. App router? Yes. Import alias? No. That's how I start my next applications. Okay, so let's create an AWS account, top right corner here. This is going to be great. This is going to be a good time because this, I feel like, is going to be a bit of a novel problem and a bit of a novel tool. So root user's email address. Let's see, what's a good email address I could pop down and use with that. Well, you guys are probably going to see the email address at some point, but let me see. What's a good? Let's see. Okay. I think I've got one. Let's see if it works. Boom. It's not really that too big of a deal, but it's going to send a verification code. So it sent the verification code, but it's not letting me do it. Verification code must be 6 characters. It is. What is this? There it goes. Boom. Verification code does not match. Oh, missed 1 digit. Okay. Awesome. It's you. Okay. So root user password. I'm going to put in a password here. Let's see. So just all the, account setup stuff. Don't get too fancy with it. But if you guys want to build along with this stuff, I know, like I'll definitely make tutorials and all that fun stuff. But just signing up for AWS, we're going to run through basic configurations to hopefully more serious stuff because we're going to need credit card information as well to do AWS. There's a free tier, and we shouldn't really, we should not have a very expensive thing. So I'm just going through all the configurations here. Let's see, it's a personal account. I'm just signing up through AWS, nothing too crazy. And this is the credit card screen. So I'll show you guys that, but I'm not going to show you the credit cards, obviously. Actually, I'm going to clip that bit as well. Sorry, guys. I don't want too much of my information out there. Okay, so let's see shit. Especially because I had a password leak, and I didn't know if it was from this. I didn't know if it was from something else. I didn't know if it was from an old laptop or an old work laptop or something. So I had to use some tools to check the dark web and make sure that none of my sensitive information was out there, which I don't think it was, and I froze a bunch of cards and things like that. So real interesting time for me. But let's see. Okay, I need to put the phone closer to the door. Needs to get service. 1 sec. And there it is. That's the other thing up here. I get really bad service. So it's just constant bobbing and weaving. You gotta constantly do stuff. Dip, duck, dive, dodge, and dodge. All right, boom. So I'm just choosing the free tier for AWS right now. Probably by the end of it, we'll need to spend a couple bucks. But when I say a couple, I literally mean $2 a month, hopefully, unless this application blows up and then you guys bankrupt me. But that would be a good problem to have. So awesome. So I've signed up, and it says congratulations. Thanks for signing up to AWS. And we'll go to AWS Management Console, and we're going to see some of the things we can use. Now off the, oh no, I need to turn this Aura thing off. Otherwise, if it's going to dox me at some point. Let's see. But okay, cool. It doesn't show the right password. Awesome. Okay, I'll figure out how to turn that off. Not today. We've already participated in enough shenanigans. So honestly, that's today's episode. Shit. Not a huge deal. But Aura, please get out of here. Please get out of here. So we have here's our AWS home console screen. And you can see it's showing us where the notifications are, how we can browse services. Here's kind of stuff we could pen services as well. So I'm actually probably not the strongest platform engineer, so this application is perfect because we're going to get much better at it here. But some of the services we're going to use are definitely going to be Cognito. So this is for authentication and things like that. We're going to use DynamoDB. So this is for our database. So I'll go ahead and pen that as well. What else? We're going to use API Gateway more than likely. Maybe S3 buckets, just depending on where we want to store stuff. So I'll just go ahead and pen a few, and we can kind of check them out individually. So Cognito, for instance, and we're gonna have to configure all these things. So these are just, we didn't spin anything up, we didn't deploy anything, we didn't even create user pools, and I think we're gonna try to use a serverless backend as well. So this is gonna be a big build, actually, now that I realize it. But it should be fun. We should have 200 episodes of content, I'm sure. So it's gonna be a good time because it's a really big challenge. So, but we're gonna build the front end. We're going to build the serverless backend. We're going to build the native application and then plug it into this backend as well. So we kind of have three repositories we need to build out, which is going to be that native application, which you guys saw for the native series. We have the SaaS application, which is going to be this one. And then we have that backend, which is going to be the serverless application. I'm super excited. It's going to be fun. We're going to use GraphQL. We're going to use a few other tools as well. So speaking of, what else do we need then if we're going to use GraphQL? What is it called? My brain is freezing. AppSync is what we need. Boom. Here we go. So AppSync is going to be, it's going to keep our front end and back ends kind of together. We're going to use a code gen command. I think I'm going to have to dox myself for the code gen command, but we'll do that. We'll do that all in another episode. But basically, this episode, let's just have AWS configurations roughly put out. We have our initialized repository. What's going on here? Looks like I'm having some caching issues or something. I'll figure out this bug. I was messing with my terminal the other day and some weird brew stuff. So I'm sure I messed. It might just be a pathing issue, but I'll figure all that stuff out. But yeah, guys. So just biggest thing. Welcome back to the series, and just to reiterate it a third time. We're going to have a native application, the serverless backend, and then the web application. But I'll package these two in the AWS series, and then the native application will be continually built on the native series. But how it's going to work is actually both are going to plug into the serverless backend. But either way, just watch the content, stay along. You know what I mean? I'm going to try my best to break things down as we go, as like simple and spoon-fed as possible, for two reasons. Hopefully, one, to teach, and two, because there's a lot of stuff I don't know. So I hope to learn a ton. When we departed on the Team Sinker journey, for those who maybe are new to the channel, that's kind of what started a lot of this channel. Was the Code Chronicles, which is just like 80 episodes of building program with Pagsbone. But the original channel started with like 80 episodes of just building Team Sinker, which is going to be this guy. Boom. So here's episode 67. But early on, if we go all the way back to the earliest episodes, talking about data, and I didn't know how to integrate a lot of these things when I first was building it. I was like, I'll just figure it out. And here's the earliest builds of Team Sinker. Look at that guy. That's so funny. But so we started with an early build of Team Sinker. And here's like the Kanban page where I was posting a task. I think this was just with Node. Yeah, it's with Node, not even Prisma yet. So we're using Postman, of course. And it took all that, and then now we have this beautiful web application that's wonderful. It's a truly beautiful experience now. So it took a lot of building to get behind this, but it's there now. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I'm super pumped on this, super proud of this, and let's see. To press continue. Come on. Boom. Look at this. She's still up and running. Let's go. So it's a big application. It's pretty, you got all sorts of stuff you could do, generate reports, create projects, see the dashboard of certain reports. I mean, it's honestly, oh my gosh, how many people have signed up? There's so many people there too now. So that's the series of building Team Sinker, right? And and honestly, I can keep building on Team Sinker. It was a really fun build. But the point I was trying to make there was just, I didn't know everything that I needed to depart on that build, and I figured it out at episode 30. Here's one thing I figured out. Episode 38, I figured out another thing. Episode 50, honestly, every episode I figured out something. So in a paradoxical sense, I want to do the same thing with this build. But I'm looking outside of the weather, guys. I may need to wrap it up here. So this was kind of AWS and project configurations. I'll wrap it up here. But yeah, I actually got to get back to the boatyard and probably get to work. So I will see you guys soon. I'm super excited for this build.